figures, you know I'ma deliver. Every single time I'm a long-term winner. You couldn't
Shout out to IG, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube. Who we got in the room? I don't know. Hood, my cousin Lydia, Coy's back there, Abe's on the camera, all the substance team. Oh, I'm pro dad too. Pro dad.
Coined it this weekend.
Coach Rob. Hey, I got a couple IG personalities. Chris Featherston, Baitland is here, and who's this young lady you brought with you? Samantha. Nice to meet you, Samantha. G-Man is here too. Shout out to G-Man. I'm supposed to say what's up to the Monopoly concert series, but we ain't did it in a minute, so. And we the best part in 757. So we got a guest, head coach, Norfolk State basketball, Rob Jones, 2019 Coach of the Year. What's going on, man?
How you doing, man?
I'm good. I was going to bring my trophy. I ain't going to lie. I did not know he was a basketball coach till like yesterday. I was going to bring my, I coach Pop Warner. We won the national championship this year in 2017, but I got the trophy at the crib, so I was going to bring it, put it on tape. I was like, oh, he the basketball coach. I'm wild.
Still could have bought it?
Nah. So what y'all want to talk about first, man? We're going to talk about Babyface and Teddy Riley.
Has everybody seen it? You saw it?
Nah, I didn't even see it. Everybody told me about it, though, how Teddy Riley was being real bougie.
Yeah.
He was doing too much.
Yeah.
He had a
So
DJ
a
slash
band or
hype
something?
man, 50
He was up
people
there
in the
scratching
room.
records.
Doing
ain't
way too much.
His
Bro.
sound wasn't coming
last one I
through?
seen was RZA and DJ Premier.
Oh, I heard that was hard. I didn't watch that one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
see
I
that
saw
one.
that one.
They say that's the best one so far.
Yeah.
Is it?
That's what people say. They say it's the best
I like the
one so
boy one and Hit Boy. That hit that was hard. Oh, that was hard too.
far. Yeah, he was doing too much, bro.
He was doing the most.
And
Babyface
like,
looked irked.
he did a lot, and then like you couldn't even really hear his music like that. So you was doing the most. Babyface was just sitting there with a glass of wine in his room, chilling. Yeah, he was doing too much, bro. He did the Something in the Water concert all over again on
definitely did
Instagram Live.
Yeah. He was doing spin moves and stuff.
Did he actually get music off? When me and Case logged on, it was technical difficulty.
He did, but it was just taking too long. By the time you play the song,
Yeah, I watched it
Come on.
on YouTube.
It ain't
The
that
memes
serious.
have been better than the battle.
right. Yeah,
The
message
memes are
kids.
hilarious.
Keep it simple.
All right, just another podcast with the deep dive on the battle.
Ain't nothing, he just doing
Y'all
too much, bro.
killing me.
Let's get into the real ratchetness.
What's it called? Man?
The blessing looms.
The blessing loom? The money circle? Y'all in the money circle?
No, don't put your hands up now. You the only. I mean, you could.
Why don't you have a mic? Coy not being pro today.
That's
Golly.
the hexagon, octagon stuff that people make $800 off of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, turn 100 to 800.
Any of your players doing it?
Yeah. They got like 5 of them, 6 of
I'm
them
sure they
doing
lit though. I bet they lit out here. I was like, yo, they done turned a pyramid scam into a circle.
Yeah.
A couple of them
Crazy.
Like 3 of them cashed out already.
Okay.
They said it worked. So, I mean,
If one more person tell me to tap in, I'm gonna spaz.
Because they popular. Lydia's not popular. His players are popular, so they probably got mad people just jumping in the circle. Lydia took 3 days. You on day 2.
You on day 2?
You're not the Verizon man.
Oh yeah, she did start.
You not the
That's how it works.
Verizon man.
If you're on the outside, you're really one of the people giving $100. Everybody on the inside is really just promoting the circle. So like the people that are really pushing it, they're all on, look at their circles. They're always on the
then
inside.
the middle person gets the 800. Right?
Yes, correct.
And then they bounce, and then the rest gotta fend for themselves.
Yeah.
Either they bounce or they turn around and put $100 back in somebody else's circle.
Why
They
they
don't
start at 100? Why they ain't start at like 250, 300?
I got a discount circle, $50. I got a $10 circle for the skeptics. I didn't see. Yeah, they're doing the most.
$10.
If I'm gonna do it, I want to get a couple thousand.
That's how I would feel.
No, I know a guy jumped in $1,000 circle. He cashed out.
Where he cashed out?
With the 8 piece?
Yeah.
Yo, guys, the IRS is watching y'all. They get y'all a little check and y'all wow.
The IRS is looming.
The IRS is looming. Oh my goodness.
Tell them what you told us earlier, bro, about people posting their money in the Cash App and then acting like they making it off the bus.
Oh no, I said I could have did that. Like really, like somebody posting, oh, I got 8,000 in my Cash App is really to entice more people to get in. Like, oh, he's getting money. I was like, oh, I could go to my account right now and transfer the Cash App and then just start a couple circles and we out of here. But that's that's the finesse. I'm cool. Please stop asking me to join your circle. I'm not doing it, fam.
It's a game in the
Y'all
pocket.
think they're gonna be doing this next week? Is this still gonna be going on next week?
Lydia.
I think it's going to die down.
Yeah. Like I say, you gotta get in early and you gotta be popular. That's the key.
Well, people still gonna need the 800, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, bills gotta get paid.
Well, I seen one that this girl posted. It said elites, and it was for the people that made over 1,600 in that day, but we're gonna help out other people that circles. Because really, your circle, if you don't got 8 people, it's gonna die out. So whoever's in the middle not gonna get paid. And then you could be one of the people, you know, you don't see people posting that I gave 100, but I only really got 400 back, which really you got 300 because you gave 100. But
Shout out to Deja too. She no, the dopest thing I saw was she took her $800, gave it to a single mom that lost her job.
I respect that.
That was dope.
See, respectable,
Nice.
respectable investment. All right, we got a lot of basketball topics up here, so we're gonna jump around. I know y'all seen it was trying to give we'll stay on money, $2,000 a month for the stimulus.
I'll take it.
Look at Chris's face.
Yeah.
They haven't passed it yet, so I know nobody in here other than Abe and myself probably.
I'm ready to cusp, so I'll take that junk, and I'm gonna stack it.
They
It's still working.
$1,200. I mean, what's it gonna do? $1,200.
I'll take it, stack it. It's gonna sit.
start a money loom. Start a circle.
And that's the thing about the money loom. Y'all got happy off the 12. It's gonna go right back into the white man hands. That's where it's gonna go. They gave y'all stimulus. They gave y'all the lumen circles. Y'all putting all y'all money in the lumen circles, and then y'all gonna go spend all that extra money on BS.
It's not extra money. You circle around the same money. It's not extra.
Right, but it's more than you had when you started.
Yeah, it's extra money to them, and they gonna go take it and put it right into some
I was
BS.
talking about for the economy. It's
Like
not
I said,
extra
keep
money.
that same energy when your friend is starting a business. I'm gonna say it again. I
Or
said
when
it
your friend has a
5,000 times.
podcast. If
Keep
I could
that
get 2
same
people to
energy.
tell 8 people about the podcast, we'd be out of here.
I put it in the chat.
Golly.
Yeah, keep that same energy.
Lydia wanted us
they
to
won't.
start a circle for $30.
No, I said a $30 circle for just another podcast, but you also have to subscribe to the YouTube. So whoever wins it, when we get subscribers, they get the pie.
And then they unsubscribe. All right. Yeah, we waiting on that 2,000. Y'all, I don't know if they're gonna pass that one though. I seen the beaches in Florida is about to get opened back up. Jacksonville about to be crazy. I know.
Y'all stay in the house, man.
Stay in the crib, man. And what's it called? Payment protection plan money is out.
If Donald Trump say it's okay to go outside, but your state says it's not, how y'all gonna act?
The police in your state are going to arrest you. You're not supposed to be outside.
I'm staying in the house regardless.
Yeah,
Y'all
I
can
don't
go ahead
listen
and
to
get that first
I don't listen to
wave
your boy.
of fresh air.
Y'all tell me how it
About
go.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
Let me
real.
know how it is out there.
I got a baby on the way. We got to be secure out here.
Right.
All right,
I'm good.
And before we talk basketball, are we breezing through this? God, y'all killing me today. What y'all been watching on TV? Insecure is back.
I ain't peep. I'm gonna peep both episodes today.
I don't have HBO.
I've been watching Money Heist.
You been watching Money Heist?
Money Heist.
Everybody keep telling me about Money Heist. I'm gonna watch
I'm
it.
on part 3.
I tried watching. I don't like it.
You got to cut it to English. It's easier to watch. Put the audio on English, and so you don't have to watch the subtitles.
Oh, true.
It ain't do it for me.
I threw it on my list, but then other stuff has been coming out that I wanted to watch, so I've been watching those things over top of it.
After getting to the end, it's 4 pieces. It ain't do it for me.
Is it just a stretched out Inside Man? Because that's what I was getting the vibes off.
See, part 3 and 4 is another heist.
Oh, okay.
Part
Okay.
1 and 2 is all the same shit. So, but I mean, yeah, stretched out inside, man.
That's what I got from it.
It didn't have the payoff that I
It didn't have Denzel either.
I invested a lot of time in that, and
Dang.
but I mean, it is a good. It's a pretty good watch. If you got
Clever scheme.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Clever. The professor was pretty.
On
Pretty. Yeah. He's pretty
Enough
good.
people have talked to me about it for me to like give it a spin. So we've been watching other stuff. I've been watching the Innocence Files. It's about people that went to jail. They didn't do it. They got out. It's on Netflix. It's in the top 10.
I was gonna see that. Watch that next.
2 of the cases that I've seen so far, one was in Richmond and one was in Newport News. Yeah.
What they do?
They didn't do anything.
Exactly.
That's the point.
That's the point, Coy.
They got accused. One of them got accused of raping a woman and killing her husband, and the first 2, they got accused of raping little girls, and then the other dude, the black dude, all of them was rape, I think. Yeah. Now that I go back, the dude in Richmond was a rape case too, and the girl identified him. This is back before they had any of that forensic stuff. They didn't do DNA. One of them was about bite marks, and it was crazy. But yeah. Some of them payouts for being in jail for 30 years don't be.
No.
You can't give
No.
me $10 million after I was gone for 30.
Right. Your
That's
time
not
is
enough.
priceless
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
And one dude went in when he's 18, came back, he was like 46 or something like that. It's like, you done missed every, like 30s have been great. I turn
what I said.
33 tomorrow. I'm excited.
That's like you putting a price tag on my potential.
Yeah.
Like I could potentially, if you gave me my freedom, I could possibly be a billionaire. Who's to say? So, no.
That's a fact. Black AF by Kenya Burst. Hard.
That's out.
Yes. Oh my God, it's hilarious to me. Caitlin wasn't feeling it, but I was weak. No, it's on Netflix.
Oh, it's definitely scripted.
Definitely scripted.
Yeah, but
Definitely
it's,
scripted.
but they shoot it like it's a reality show. But it's hard. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Some of the jokes everybody ain't gonna get, but I think it's hilarious. Y'all are being real dry today. I'm not feeling y'all vibes at all. Y'all
What about
are
Too Hot to
killing me.
Handle, man? I'm gonna watch that show.
I bet you are.
What's that supposed to mean?
You're a model. You was probably try to get casted for it, and you
No, I'm
didn't
too
make
old,
the
bro.
cut.
I'm washed.
You too old?
Yeah, I'm too old.
What's it about, models?
It's about them putting a whole bunch of people on an island together, but they can't kiss or have
They're
sex.
supposed to be. They're good-looking people.
So if they have sex or kiss, they gotta go home.
So the cameras in all the rooms?
I guess so.
They didn't come out yet?
They got cameras on their private parts. They
my God.
they ding when they cross.
All right, man. Let's talk basketball. Y'all are killing. Yeah, they're killing me, man. Y'all are killing me too.
But it seems interesting though. I'm gonna watch it.
You know what's good? That show Unorthodox.
I'm really mad you don't have a microphone.
That show Unorthodox about that like super Jew girl.
I didn't hear about that one.
She's real Orthodox Jew, and they have all these rules, and they like shot it, and they have all the costumes and everything like that. But it's not really costumes. It came from real Jews.
Costumes.
And she like
Cut
breaks
her
away
off.
from the Jews, right?
Costumes.
She breaks away
God.
from the Jews. She like dips.
Cut her
She, like,
off.
runs out on her husband and everything. She goes to Germany.
Okay, Jalen Green.
Yeah, I know. All right, man. We're gonna get into basketball. Jalen Green. We got coach here. He's a college basketball coach. Jalen Green is foregoing basketball in college. He's the number one prospect to go straight to the G League. What'd you say, Chris? 500,000.
90K, and they gonna pay for his college if he wants to go.
And if he wants to go to college, what do y'all think about that?
I think
Super
that a lot of
fire.
kids are going to try to do the same thing. You know, I think that
Is that for a lot of kids though?
no, it's going to be like for the top 20 kids. You know, so it's
Damn,
not.
you think they're gonna get the whole top 20?
Potentially not. I mean, some kids really want to play college basketball
Mm-hmm.
because there is a. I mean, you want to play an NCAA tournament. There's March
Correct.
Madness and things
Correct.
like that. And some kids just want to get to the money. You know, so
Yeah.
it's two different ways to look at it. You know, he might be a kid that just say, you know, I don't really want to go to college. I want to get to the money because, you know, $500,000.
It's some
You know,
bread.
yeah,
And it's not really $500,000.
Huh?
It's not really $500,000.
Still 300,000
Yeah,
after
so-
taxes.
yeah,
is
after
crazy.
taxes, I
Yeah.
mean, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, when the average American household is 52,000,
Facts.
you know, and you getting 500,000, you 10 times the American
Yeah.
household.
And that's just
so-
for a year because the next year you're gonna get you out.
Millions.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's also a risk too because I mean the kid could
Get
he could
hurt.
go there and not play well.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean,
Yeah.
it's not an automatic draft from the G League. You know,
Yeah.
it's like he could go there and not be good at all when he could have went to college because I mean he's gonna be playing against grown men.
Grown man, yeah.
You know, guys that are starving to get to the league. You know, if he went to college, he could have been a superstar and been drafted number one. Now he goes to the G League, averages 6 points a game.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be lucky to be
My
drafted.
young boy went to high school with his name was Beyonce. He went to Great Bridge, then he went to VCU.
Weber, yeah.
Yeah, Weber.
Mm-hmm.
He got into the league, but he played in the G League a lot. He was getting off in the G League.
I was
I
about
think
to
he's
say-
overseas now.
I heard that's hell for them though, because
Yeah.
they playing with those grown men, and then some of them grown men are a little bitter that they're not in the league,
Without question.
so they take it out on the young boy
And the
that's just.
lifestyle. I mean, honestly, you would have a better lifestyle
At a
in
D1 college.
Division I college.
Yeah, he
like, you
would.
know, like some of those guys that when they're G League, they're staying in these swanky hotels and stuff like that. I mean,
it's not the NBA.
you know, we know. I mean, even at my level, we're not staying in the Super 8. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we're staying
yeah.
in nice hotels. We're
Correct,
traveling the right way. We're flying the right way.
Facts.
And those people are just going.
Yeah, the G
on
League is
buses
like,
and stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
You know, so it's totally different. It just depends on what you want. You know.
I
Yeah.
think they're going. We'll see how it works out for him.
I mean, another kid just did it to the kid from Baltimore, Isaiah Todd.
For real.
Did the same thing. 6'11" kid.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably. I mean, he has all the skills in the world. You know, I've seen him play a lot. 6'11" guard, and he's going to the G League. So it's two kids that's going to the G League. You know, now. So we'll see how that works out.
To piggyback on this one, so like we had LeVar Ball talking all that crazy stuff. He did all those things with LaMelo. Looks like LaMelo still might go number one. Definitely
Yeah.
top 3. Is this like this kind of paved the way for that? Because that's really what he was trying to do with his league.
Yeah, but I think that. Yeah and no, because I think that you know he just totally said I'm not gonna do anything. I mean, he decided for LaMelo after like a junior year of high school that he's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
just go
Yeah.
pro. These kids, you know, it's a little different. You know, I think for them, I think they actually went through the recruiting process.
Okay.
The other kid, Isaiah Todd, he had decommitted from Michigan, so he had committed to a college and then changed his mind, I guess. You know, but you know, I think some people think college basketball is going to be in trouble. And it's not going to be because, I mean, when Kevin Garnett and Tracy McGrady was going to the league back then, college basketball didn't die off. It just got bigger, honestly.
For sure.
It's not going to die off by any means by this is happening.
Do you have any more details on why that is or why you think that is? Like, why college basketball is not going anywhere?
Because most kids have to play college basketball. So like even like if you get the top 5 kids to go to the league, there's still going to be the 6, 7, 8 through 1,000 that's going to have to play college basketball. So it's still going to be good, and it's still, you know, the schools are still going to be into it. It's still going to have ticket sales and revenue generated, and the NCAA tournament generates billions per year. That's why everybody was so mad when it got canceled, because a lot of people get new contracts over that, and you know, school gets money and things like that. So
that moves more for the cream, that, you know, that cream at the top. So you're saying that middle ground, they still need that.
They're still going to play college.
Yeah,
so
that makes
Duke's
sense.
still going to be Duke. Kentucky's still going to be Kentucky.
Yeah, they just might not have the number 1 recruit. They might have, like you said, 6, 7,
number 6, 7,
Right.
8, which they have kind of anyway.
Yeah,
so
facts.
you know, you know.
You got any? Y'all don't have no.
I like the move personally, but yeah, my whole family's like really into college basketball. But what would you say that not on a business side, but what would you say that Jalen Green is missing? Would be missing not playing college, like as far as just the team aspect, or maybe just the coming from coaches or something that he would be missing, taking the route he's taking right now.
Well, it's going to be totally different because, like, even like you know, we have a player that just got drafted, not just got drafted, but drafted in 2012 from our school, Kyle O'Quinn. You know, he's 8 years in the league, and every time he comes back during the summer, he always says that, you know, even though he's made over $25 million, he still enjoys his Norfolk State college experience even better than the league. You know, granted, we weren't paying him, you know, that stuff, but it's like the camaraderie, you know, when you're on the road together, you're hanging out. He says, you know, when he goes to city, everybody kind of goes their separate ways because you're professionals, so you don't get that camaraderie. And then just from a physical aspect of it, I think that jumping from high school, I mean, he's going, even though he's not going to the NBA, he's going to the G League. The kids that even come to us that jump from high school to Division I basketball, a lot of them are not physically ready. I mean, you know, like you're playing against grown men. You know, grown men strength is different than that 18-year-old, 19-year-old. No matter how strong or tough they think they are, it's like their first practice is like a wake-up call. So I think it'll be the same way, you know, for these guys going to the G League. But, you know, we wish them well, though, you know.
Yeah, I hope it work out for him.
It's funny you brought up Kyle. I was going to ask you what would you say separated him from the pack, because Norfolk State hasn't had an NBA player come from Norfolk State since
They had a good tournament
1988.
that year, too, though.
Yeah, that's true, too. They had a good run.
Yeah, Kyle, see, a lot of people don't know about Kyle. Actually, Kyle was my first recruit.
Okay.
So like, it was my first recruit ever at Norfolk State when I was an assistant coach. And with him, like, he started getting the NBA radar his junior year. His junior year, he had a game towards the end of the season. He had 37 points, 19 rebounds, 6 blocks. And that just jumped him on the radar because it was like, who is this kid, you know, putting up these kind of stats from Norfolk State. So then as he, you know, over the summer, he went and trained with some pros in Vegas. And then the senior year, you know, he started going up and up and up and up. And then, of course, with us winning the MEAC that year and then beating Missouri for that huge upset, and he had 26 and 14 in that game. And then he came to the PIT out here and won MVP of the PIT and things like that. It was like that kind of just catapulted everything. But it wasn't just the Missouri game. You know, a lot of people think it was a Missouri game. But what separated him was that his work ethic. I mean, Kyle's really a clown, like a class clown. But, like, from his junior to senior year, he just locked in and became focused. Once he saw that the dream could actually become a reality, he really honed in and, you know, was able to make it happen.
Yeah, just to know that it was possible.
Yeah, because, I mean, when he went that summer, when he went and played with some pros, when he realized that I'm just as good as them, no matter if I'm from Norfolk State or they're from Kentucky, and then, you know, the rest is history. Now you done made it. You know?
Yeah, sometimes it's what you
dope.
need, for sure.
Super dope.
Yeah. So, you know, we wish him well. Hopefully he gets another 9th or 10th year. Shout out to Kyle O'Quinn. He's one of our biggest boosters, too. You know, he
with the Sixers now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They got him and Mike.
Yeah.
You're true.
He contributes a lot. And one thing about him, he contributes a lot of money back to the program. You know, a lot of these guys, they get to the status they are and they forget where they came from. But every year, you know, he contributes up to $50,000 every year to us. So
that's super dope.
That's dope.
That's super hard. Michael Jordan, Last Dance. Y'all gonna watch?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What else is there to watch?
Nothing.
I mean,
Michael Jordan about to save
Innocence
ESPN
File, right?
again.
Too hot to handle.
You think he about to save ESPN?
About to save ESPN.
I seen he posted that he didn't really like some of the stuff they gonna put out in the doc.
Yeah, he said it made him seem like he was too harsh or too like not of a likable guy. And so
He's not a likable guy.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Now we gotta see it.
Won't he a producer on it?
I don't know.
Yeah, he produced on the doc. He knew.
I think Jordan has like, if anything has to do with Jordan, then you got to get his okay, and he probably just gave the okay. But I don't think he like a producer.
I think he watched it and he oversaw. I think he was.
Yeah, and I think he knows like back then there was no social media. He could be a jerk, and then we didn't have to see it. Now, if somebody's a jerk, we all know it.
But sometimes, I mean, it's that drive that made him as great as he is. He won't settle in for no nonsense. So
credit to ESPN for moving it up, from June.
They knew what it was.
They had to. There's nothing else to do. I checked this
at
morning to see what time it came on.
2K tournaments on TV.
I'm tired of looking at everybody on the webcams.
They playing horse on TV.
No, dog, no,
they're doing all kinds. I'm watching Chris Paul's live with Steph Curry. They talking about when he crossed him up. Yeah. All kind of wild stuff on TV right now, man.
Yeah, they gotta get it.
Man, that's why I end up watching shows that I don't know where this came from.
Hopefully it's good. It should be good.
One thing I didn't know though, just being at the age I was when they was on their run, I didn't know their GM had that much of an influence on that team dismantling. That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, most of the time it'd be like
he
that.
told Phil, I don't care if y'all go 82-0, this is your last year. That's crazy. Like in hindsight, looking back, it's like, dang.
When they cut the way they cut the trailer though, and they had dude looking like, yo, he wanted credit. Like, bro, you the GM. Sit back.
Right.
Get these W's. Wear these rings. There's nothing wrong with that.
You sound like the owner, bruh. Sit back and like you said, sit back and collect the rings.
Yeah. But the owner even said that people told him, not to mess with him.
Oh, the GM.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
It's like, yo, you got Jordan. Y'all going on these runs. I don't know. Michael Jordan doc, here's the night. That's not a plug on them. The only plug I got up here is for my relation issue with Baitland.
Hey.
Super fire. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell. We out of here.
It up.
No, our joint out of here. That Mamaru review is gonna be super fire.
That's dope.
How many times you watched it?
Me? Yeah, probably about 10 times. I'm a perfectionist on the low. Yeah. Shout out to Ave. We cut it up. It looks real good. I get a lot of compliments. Nice. All right, Coach. Tell us what it's like coaching at Norfolk State. You've been there. I seen you head coaching for 7, but you was there before that, like you said, an assistant. Coach of the year. You said y'all had some big wins. Y'all won the MEAC. I want to say, you tell me. I don't want to miss it. Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't miss it. I remember.
We won the regular season in the 18-19 season. We went to the NIT, and that's when we beat Alabama in the first round.
Yep, I seen that.
Of the tournament. That was the biggest upset in NIT history.
Dope.
And then this year in the shortened season, we finished second. One game out of first place, but we had 11 new players.
That's
so
y'all
it was
posed for a ripe next year if we have one.
Yeah, if we have one next year. But we only have one senior, so we're returning a whole bunch of people next year.
That's dope.
And it should be good. But what was the question?
I don't even remember, bro. We are not pro today. This is.
How was it coaching at Norfolk State?
That was the question.
I mean, it's like for a coach. I mean, it's like a dream a little bit because there's only 353 Division I coaches. Correct. And I happen to be one of them. There's millions of people that coach in the world, and there's only 353 of us. So it's like being a part of an elite company.
Right.
And
that's dope.
It's like you wake up every day and it's like you won the lottery every day that you did. And it's
I do got a good question. So my little brother, he coaches football, but he coaches football at Norfolk, Nasman River. And bro, I coach Pot 1. We played him. Yeah, they not, but they'll be all right. But he really wants to coach college ball.
Okay.
He's been looking at different ways to get into it. How did you get into it?
See, the thing with me is like people get into it different ways. Some people, go to, like, for example, our women's coach. He played at Norfolk State. Yeah. He came on the men's staff, and then he went over to the women's. Now he's a women's head coach. So he kind of got into it right away. Yeah. I took a different road, and everybody has their own way of doing things. I mean, I volunteered my first 2 years at a Division III school in New York, and I was spending more money than I was making because I was making zero. Yeah. So whatever I spent was more than what I was getting. And then the third year, I got put on a stipend, and the stipend was like $4,000 for the year. Jeez. And it was like I was still doing other stuff. That's why I was working with 50 Cent. So it was like I was able to do the tour management with 50 and still get the $4,000 from there. So it was all right. And then I was able to go to high school. I was a freshman head coach, varsity assistant, and then I went to varsity head coach at St. Mary's High School in New York. We had Danny Green, who plays for the Lakers. Yeah, his senior year, I was there. Okay. So we had him, and that high school gig was like $12,000 stipend. But once again, I was still working with 50, so it was okay. And I was able to get a lot of money over there. And then when I came down here, the coach that used to be here was my assistant coach in college, and he had always said that like if he got a Division I job, because once again it's so hard to get, that he would put me on to the and everybody's like okay whatever it's like but then when he hit the lottery, he got the job, so then he called me, and at that time my son was being born, so I had to decide whether I was gonna stay, up there working with 50 and stuff like that, which was, kind of like when you're on tour, how it's like some months you make 10,000,
we don't know how it is, bro.
Yeah, you gonna tell us about this, but go ahead.
Okay, so some months you're doing $10,000-$12,000, some months you're doing $2,000. So it's like kind of like up and down or whatever. So some months it's Roof Chris every day, some months it's
not stable
You know
money.
what I mean? So I had to decide like in totality, did I want more stability or just I wanted the money? So I actually took a pay cut coming down here to be an assistant coach. When I got down here, I was only making $38,000 when I first got here. So then it's like through the time, I kept moving up. I moved up to associate head coach, and I was able to get to like $75,000. And then like when I got the head coaching job, and the last contract I signed was like for like $1 million.
I was about to say you didn't have to tell him, bro. I was gonna tell you keep that to yourself, man.
I mean, it's public knowledge.
Let him know.
You can Google it. You know what I'm saying? So,
we gotta clap it up. That's a grind, bro. That's a grind.
It was like you go through the levels, and like that's why like I appreciate my job so much, because I remember the day April 15, 2013. That's when I got hired as the head coach, and like that changed the trajectory of my life. It changed the life of my family, my son, everybody, because of like it was like a big financial boost. You know what I'm saying? From just super dope. From I guess it made it for all the years of grinding and stuff. So you said you want to know about 50?
Yeah. Run us through that part of your life. How was that like?
How do you make with 50?
Huh?
Like what?
Well,
I'm tell the whole origin story.
All right.
Oh my God.
I'll try to go through.
26 minutes.
We are breezing through the pod.
Right? Yeah. It's funny when I happen to mention it, like everybody always goes back to the 50. They just forget everything about basketball. Like,
I wanted to hear about. They was like, tell us about 50.
We'll get back to basketball, but you're just not gonna say, I was touring with 50, and then
he did drop it in there like we were supposed to like let it ride.
No, we just not gonna breeze over that.
So, with 50, I'm from South Jamaica, Queens. I grew up in South Jamaica, Queens. I lived in South Jamaica, born and raised in South Jamaica, Queens. That's not how I met 50 though, but it just happened to be like that. So, when I was in school, I went to SUNY New Paltz College. All right, shout out to SUNY New Paltz. Most people don't know where that's at. It's about an hour and a half from New York City. So that's where I went to school at. And up there, I played basketball, but I was also a part of the student government and student government entertainment committee. So, I'm doing that stuff, and I'm doing all like the shows for the school. Like I'm doing the concerts for the school and stuff like that. Yeah. So I said when I got out of school, I said that I was making so much money for the school that I was like, I could take some of these contacts and make some money for myself.
Correct.
So I said that I'm not going to work for anybody. Like I was going to be an entrepreneur, just throwing shows, being a party promoter and stuff like that. So I said, I'm not going to work for anybody. Forget that. I'm not working for anybody because I could make money this way. So as time went on, I got all these connects and stuff like that. Then I met Mike Lighty, which is Chris Lighty, brother. Yeah. So I met Mike Lighty, and through one of the shows we had booked like Memphis Bleak up there for the school. And then when Mike Lighty, I got a good rapport with Mike Lighty. I did a couple more shows with him. And then he said, yo, we just signed this guy 50 Cent.
What year is this?
This is 2000. Well, I met Mike Lighty in 98. Okay. But 50 Cent thing happened in 2001. Okay. All right. So he said that we met, this guy 50 Cent or whatever. Then 2000, I was like, okay, cool. And then 2002 came out, and that's when he had the mixtape run. Okay. In 2002. And then 2002, I actually did a show myself with 50, like as the promoter, so I booked 50. At then 50 was only $10,000. So like
you was in there early.
So like I went in, I booked it for $10,000. I brought him to a club. The club, had like 980 people. We, for a kid, I was like, back then I was 22 years old. Man, I was like, I felt like I was rich after that from that club. Yeah. So from there we did another show with 50, and then. Between my involvement with the colleges and then my involvement with 50, Lloyd Banks wanted to set up a college tour. Of course. Yeah. So I got with Mike, put together my connects, and then started doing the college run for Lloyd Banks. So his Hunger for More college tour, I did that tour with Mike Lighty and stuff. Fire, so bro. We did 40 dates on that tour, and then from there we did stuff for 50. Like by that time, 50's price range was getting away from the colleges. So like they couldn't really. Afford them, but we did end up doing some isolated shows with 50 with some colleges and stuff like that. Then from Lloyd Banks, it came from we did a Young Buck run, a Tony Yayo run, and I never did anything with the game though. But with Young Buck and Tony Yayo and 50 and Lloyd Banks. So old OG and just happened to be that I was from South Jamaica, Queens, and it just all came together and
That's tough.
we had a good run. We made some good money.
That's tough.
And then that was it. I got into this crazy world of coaching, and then I just left it alone. And then from time to time, even now, like, or G knows, sometimes I gotta call some of my connects to we do a show or something together, down here. So, but basketball consumes so much of me that I really don't do a lot of the promotional stuff anymore. But it was a good run. It was fun. I always said I either wanted to be in entertainment or sports, and I've been fortunate enough to be in both.
Yeah, same. They go hand in hand, to be honest.
Yeah. But I also want people to realize none of that happened overnight.
None of it.
It was a grind. You didn't wake up and say, "Hey, I'm gonna give you 100. You're gonna give me 800." That doesn't happen. It's not real.
It wasn't an octagon cash out. Nah.
It was a
grind. And nothing wrong with those people that's doing the octagon cash out.
No, I'm not hating. Just don't ask me to be in your circle. But I'm not hating.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Give 50% on the pod.
We can't afford 50, bro. We can't afford.
I wanted to ask both of y'all as coaches, what do y'all feel like?
That's a different level, but go ahead.
y'all both coaches, man, in your own right. Yeah, kind of up here, but yeah, okay. But
I like my level to be raised though, because I'm a two-time national champion at my craft.
You my guy.
I coached the Virginia Beach Mustangs. We won. Okay. We won the national championship at Junior Pee Wee 3 years in a row. I was in 2 of those.
Nice.
What do y'all feel like the importance of a black coach or black coaches is?
I think the importance, for me, is that a lot of times these kids, they go to, Caucasian coaching. There's a lot of good Caucasian. Don't get me wrong. But I think sometimes, it's like, sometimes as a black coach, we I think with African American, we care more. It's like I care about you, like performing on the court and what you do when you get out of, sometimes it's not that same connection at other places or with other, genres of coaches. But I do feel like, this connect. Now, I do think sometimes it backfires, and maybe he could say the same thing too, because it's like, I think sometimes our athletes, because we are, black coaches, like relatively young, like I'm 40 years old, so like I still relate to, a lot of, what's going on with these kids, is that they almost see you as like just a big brother, a big brother. So they kind of like what I say sometimes to my team, and this is being very candid, I say sometimes like, I think that if I told you to go run through that wall, you would say, "Wow, coach," but if somebody else told you to go run through that wall, another race, you'd be like, "Okay, coach, I'll do it." And some of it is like, maybe it's some of the stuff that's embedded in us that, whatever, the racial things and stuff like that. But it's like, sometimes it's tough. But I also think that as a coach, though, my biggest thing, I'll say, like, everybody look at the wins and losses, and, that keeps your job. Yeah, but my biggest win or loss is that, like, the kids go out and become a viable member of society, and then come back and sometimes say thank you. Thank you for being, the tough love, because there's a lot of tough love, because you know how it is, man. It's like when you're coaching, if you really want some success, it's my way or the highway. It's like there's no way, there's no in between, there's no gray area. You're gonna do it this way, or you're just not gonna do it. And sometimes they don't understand that, but it's still love involved in the whole situation, though.
And his dynamic is different from mine, because he's dealing with people that 18, 19, 20 years old. The kids I coach, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now they're in high school. A lot of them still reach out to me, talk to me, message me or whatever. They follow my girl. They do all kind of crazy stuff. But like you said, I'm more of
liking the pictures and stuff.
Bro. We be at the games. They be trying to talk to her.
Let them boys live, man.
Hey, my man, Lil Dame be all in her face. We was at when we was in Florida. We had where was we at? Buffalo Wild Wings. I leave the table. I come back. I'm like, what you doing, bro?
You over there eating breadsticks?
Yes. Yes.
That's too much,
bro. They be doing the most, but they're at that age. But they do look at you more like a big brother, and because they're younger. I do a lot for them though.
I just feel like it's important to see black men in leadership roles, man. Period.
I just loved how, like, especially I think I said it on the pod before. We was going from the practice field to the game field, all the dads picking up the bags, and it was like, yo, we should take a picture. They be saying black fathers don't be there, even though I read a study that said actually black fathers be with their kids more than most other fathers and play games and read to them and do all those things. But they be trying to shit on us.
Yeah, so funny. We talk about that in the office. One of my assistant coaches, Coach Clemens, he always says all the time that black fathers get a bad rep, but he said that all the black fathers that he know are around,
all the ones.
Kids. So.
I wouldn't even be around none of y'all. If Chris was a bad dad, he would not be on the pod. I would not roll with him, but he's a great father, so I can't get with it.
And but you know what? It's important. I think it's important just to see like black success in general.
Yeah.
Because when I was really little, I remember like kind of thinking like that was a life I couldn't have. everybody that I saw that was like really successful was white.
Representation is important. It's good. It's good to see y'all out here leading.
And, I mean, to success, like he said, you got the Kylo Quinns, but then there's other players on his team that don't go play in the league. You still want them to go do super successful things. And for me, we preach about grades. Like we have every Thursday, it's called Good News, where we have all the kids bring papers. You got to bring A's, and we shout out everybody with an A. And if you didn't bring an A, we run it.
I mean, we have things like I'm a real time person, even though that's why when I was running a few minutes late today, I hit
they always late.
I told them because I feel bad when I'm late, because I know people's time is precious,
Thanks,
I feel like my time is precious. So we'll if the bus is leaving at 5 a.m. to go to the airport, the bus is leaving at 5 a.m. So sometimes kids come at 5:02 and the bus is gone. You got to either figure out your way to get to the airport or to California or whatever you're going to because we're not going to stop. And sometimes the kids get mad or whatever, but it's like, we had one kid come back and said, because we were so strict on time that he's to work every day early. And his boss saw that and gave him a promotion. Of course. So it's like a life skill, and even though it's tied into basketball, and we try to tie in other things with basketball to life skills to try to make these young black men, successful.
Yeah, because the odds are slim. Basketball, making an NBA is slim. So the majority of your players, you're getting them ready for life after basketball.
I try to tell my son to play baseball, but he wants to play basketball because it's a little easier in baseball. The percentage is higher,
way easier,
and the money is tremendous.
Longer guaranteed contracts.
He wants to be a basketball player.
I think we all was there.
Basketball is catching up on baseball though.
Yeah, the money. The
money
but basketball's more so a global sport anyway. Is baseball global? Baseball global like that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought it was just soccer.
That's because we don't watch baseball.
Levels, you got your farm leagues and stuff. It's kind of the same.
Okay.
Make money. It's different than football where you kind of stuck.
True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, football's all American.
You want to tell us about, say, when y'all had the big games, y'all play, say, a Duke, a Kentucky, y'all go to them. How does that work for NSU? How does that benefit the school? I know it's like sometimes it's a money play or.
Yeah, I mean, it's like two different ways, really.
Let's talk about both.
Okay.
I don't know them both. I only know the one. So.
The first way is like when we play our regular season schedule, there's something called guarantee games. All right, so the guarantee, in the theory, the guarantee game is supposed to be like the big school. If you're Kentucky, you're supposed to give us a guaranteed check, and for them, because they're a bigger school, it's supposed to be like a guaranteed win. For them. Of course. All right, so they'll call us, we'll call them or whatever, and they'll give us $90,000, $100,000 or whatever to play that game, and so we get the check to help our budget and our program, and they get us, and then hopefully they get a win. Now sometimes that backfires on them because
they lose,
they still got to pay. So and that's happened a few times for us. Fortunately. So that's one way to get in. We play about a couple of those, 5 or 6 of those a year. So like the school, gets $400,000, from that kind of stuff. But then there's the NCAA tournament, which is why everyone's so mad it got canceled because. When we won the 2012, when we won the MEAC tournament, when you win the MEAC tournament, you automatically get, back then it was $1.6 million for the school.
That's dope.
So now it's up to $1.87 million. So, but then every game you play is another $1.87 million. So like that year when we beat Missouri and we played Florida, they destroyed us. But we played Florida, the school was able to get $3.2 million, and it's like the school and the conference get a quarter of that, so like everyone kind of eats off of that situation. So this year with no NCAA tournament, with schools not getting that money, those checks, it's going to hurt some budgets for next year. Like, I mean, it hasn't really hurt our budget yet. I mean, let's knock on wood that they don't give me a call and say it's going to hurt, but this shit. There's that like Iowa State, their coaches took a 10% pay cut. Like they're all across the board to try to make up for the revenue loss that's going to happen this year. And also, with the projected college football season might be a little, a couple games lower than it normally is. That's revenue from ticket sales. So like the, college athletics for this year coming up is going to be interesting. A lot of people taking, pay cuts. Hopefully they don't, ask us to take too much of a pay cut, but we'll see what happens.
Now I got a backup question to that one. So we just talked about the money that the school makes, and what's your stance on should players be paid? Should they not be paid? They get an education, all that. I think probably like at NSU, the education might, be a better proponent because most of your players play for 4 years. But for the kids that like one and done, they, that the Jalen Greens. How does the tournament, the games, the guarantee games, how does all that factor in? And do you think maybe there should be some room for players to get something? And if they do get something, for the people that don't know, like educate like what their life is like at college?
Well, I think that they should. I do think that, but I think that everyone can't afford it. And correct. I think even if they do get it, it's still not going to change the illegal things that happen. Yeah. You know, like, I don't know, we talking about stuff, to watch. Anybody watch The Scheme in here?
I think I've seen that.
Netflix?
On HBO. The Scheme, you got to watch The Scheme. The Scheme says all the dirty stuff about college basketball. Like, like about all the money is getting poured in and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I think like movies, even though you guys haven't seen it, The Scheme is still going to happen because it's like.
We've seen Blue Chips though.
So it's like that. Okay. Like that. But it's just like.
Who hasn't seen Blue Chips in here? I know you haven't.
It's like real life situations, with this. So it's like, if they do say, every college athlete got to get $10,000 a year. Mm-hmm. All right. Maybe we can afford $10,000 a year, and everyone could probably maybe afford $10,000 a year. But I still think that some of those bigger schools are going to still say, "Hey, we'll give you that 10 plus another 20 to come here, under the table somewhere." So I don't think it's going to solve the whole issue. But I do think they should get paid because honestly, the coaches get paid, usually pretty good, and we go through a lot of pressure, but so do they, and stuff. Now they are getting education for free. So a lot of kids on campus would like to get that education for free. Like at Norfolk State, for out of state tuition, that's like $35,000 with everything. So
it ain't cheap.
You saving someone a family $140,000 over 4 years. That is a big deal. And I don't think that should be taken lightly. But at the same time, the kids are generating $1.8 million for these, per game for this stuff. They're generating $100,000 for these guarantee games. They're generating ticket sales. They're generating this. They're generating that. Yeah. But I just think it's not going to be a uniform. It's never going to be a uniform thing that's going to be like good for everybody.
What do you think about it being performance based?
So like, what if so?
Like
if
a better kid gets more.
So if you averaging 20 and I'm averaging 10, you should get $20,000. I get $10,000.
Yeah, like something like that. Yeah.
I think that's going to be tough too, because I think that a lot of times college athletics, they put their budget together at the beginning of the year. So it's like all of a sudden I thought you was going to be a 5-point game kid. You're a 20-point game kid. Well, I'm going to change the budget now, for you. So I think it's going to be tough to tough to do with that situation. It's going to just be tough. This college basketball is supposed to be amateur athletics, even though it's a $1 billion industry. Yeah. So that's kind of like the tough part. Everyone sees it's a $1 billion industry. You see these coaches. Some coaches are making $9 million a year,
facts,
$8 million a year in college.
And that's just basketball. From their school. They got other stuff they do afterwards.
The Nike deal and this, that, third. Yeah. You got guys making a lot of money, and the kids are not making money. The
kids can't even take stuff from somebody.
No, and then the problem is the kids can't really work.
Yeah,
because
basketball's all
so
day. Yeah,
is that like you got to go to everyone look at the playing and practicing, but you got to go to weights, you got to go to study hall, you got to go to class, you got to go, you got to sleep sometimes, you got to eat sometimes. So it's like you can't go out and have a 20-hour-a-week job because then you'll never sleep, you'll never rest, you're not gonna perform, and it's gonna be just bad all the way around. So well, a lot of schools now are doing a cost of living. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that. So it's like.
They get a little
stipend. So they get like $3,000 for the year extra, $4,000 for the year extra, just so they know they can't work, so they can have a little bit more money in their pockets.
But they spend it on clothes.
They go buy some belts or something like that. I get on my guys all the time. I said, listen, man, I go to work every day and they pay me pretty good. And you guys got better stuff than I got. I don't know, how you got the stuff. Maybe y'all living in a box or something, and y'all got to spend all the money on a belt or something. But I don't get it, man. So,
What would you say is are the biggest distractions for an NSU basketball player, just a college basketball player in general, that you see with your boys?
The girls,
the sororities,
the girls. Honestly, like the girls, like the girls, and I say like the fans. Because like a lot of times, we have a really strong fan base. Like a deep rooted fan base. And because they'll tell me about stuff from 1968 with Pee Wee Kirkland and stuff like that.
They have social media back then.
No, they didn't. So it's like, but now it's like the girls, like it's like I tell guys all the time, it's like, talking about 5 points to 20 points. It's funny you mentioned that, right? So when you average 5 points, you could be okay. Like you walk around campus, even if you're a nice looking kid, you look, you're okay, all right? But if you're averaging 20 points, you're that much cuter.
You the man.
Because they know you about to go somewhere.
Because now when you average 20 points, the girls think that you have a shot at the NBA, you have a shot at the overseas, you have a shot at whatever it is, and you're that much cuter. So even some of the guys that are not cute, if they average 20, they're cute. You know, and now they now they got 20 girls, taking up their time and things like that. And we have team conversations about this stuff. It's like, and they'll say that, like we always say, like, what sacrifices are you going to make for the betterment of the team? And some of them have said we got to cut out the girls. Because it's like
crazy. It's
just so so much. I mean, a lot of women like tall, athletic build guys anyway, I guess, so they already got that going for them. And then now they on the spotlight, they see them on ESPN. They got that's my boyfriend on ESPN or, or whatever. And, now it gets crazy. And then the fans, of course, because the fans can get on you too, after, you're not playing that much. The fans coming to you and say, hey, man, you should be playing that much. It's coach's fault.
That's right.
And now that gets in your head. Or, you did have a good game. They should have gave you the ball even more, man. You the man. Now you go back, you thinking you the man, stuff like that. And,
you looking people off. You're not. You're not.
And then they always say, again, it's coach's fault. You're not giving you the ball.
That's a good point.
I get a lot of blame, too, I guess.
Ours is different. It'd be dads and, he could carry the rock more. But like, come on, bro. You be at practice. We talk about girls with the kids, too, but we just, they're younger. So we're like, yo, bro, get straight A's. Focus on ball.
Right.
They'll come. I promise you.
Yeah, they'll come.
they will be around. Yeah. They not going nowhere.
And that's what we tell our guys. That we say, yo, they're gonna
It's
be
different
around.
when you 20, bro.
It's different.
And you 20
you're
and you on campus.
dealing with them hormones. You're dealing with freedom for the first
time.
time.
Say, you on campus.
Then you a college basketball athlete.
It's different.
Yeah. So
our kids got to go home.
I mean, I tell you, man. After when we do play on TV, they become that much cuter. When we play on ESPN, they come. So it's like it's a crazy scenario that happens with that, and something that you got to try to keep, as much as possible, man. Like just grounded. So.
I want to ask y'all another one. How important is knowing personality types and like psychology important to coaching? Like,
you can go first, bro. You the professional. I'm an amateur.
About like the mental health aspect of it, you think, or just
no? I mean, he's like managing the personality.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's some kids that like, even though it's like the kind of my way or the highway, like I probably know I could scream at you, a lot probably, and maybe I could scream at you just a little bit, and I got to manage, that so I could get the most out of you and get the most out of you, so we can get the most for the team.
Right.
I think sometimes coaches take either approach. Sometimes they're just real mild-mannered coaches. They just be mild-mannered to everybody. And you might think that the coach is a punk because he's mild-mannered, and you might I like the coach or whatever. So it's like you got to kind of find a little bit of a balance, but still being stern. And like I said, you got to have discipline within the team if you're gonna have a good team.
All about discipline.
Yeah, you got to have good discipline. Like there's no way the inmates can run an asylum.
Right.
At all.
It's not gonna happen if you're gonna have a good team.
See, with me, my bro, he's the head coach. I'm like the assistant head coach or whatever. Right? It don't really matter to us, but he's like the bad cop. I'm the good cop. Everybody's like, oh, Coach McCoy, he the cool one. Boop, boop, boop. But I coach all the kids that touch the ball, all the DBs, all the running backs, whatever. So we do be over there chilling. But then when it's like we about performance, so I be snapping on it. I be snapping, and my group is smaller, and they're usually they're the ones that touch the ball, so they're the more gifted kids. And like you said, you do got to, one kid, I need him to block more. He don't run as much. But I know I tell Willie, like, hey, we got to call this for him. So, he get a touch, so he'll kick out the DN more. You do got to manage their mental. And, some of them, like you said, you can cuss one kid out, you can spaz on him, and he'll be on it. And then one kid will see, he'll be like, oh, coach yelled at me, and he'll be off for the rest of the game. So you got to know who's who. I think my role on the team, other than just coaching them, is to know everybody's mental, because I don't think bro don't pay attention to that like that. He's like, it don't matter, I just need him to kick him out.
Looking at big picture.
I'm like, but somebody gotta. We always say minor in the major in the minors, or like pay attention to small details. That's a small detail that a lot of people will miss, because you think like, oh, his job is just to kick out the DN. But like, bro, he ain't had a carry in five reps. My man is not in it.
That's the thing I think you said with assistant coaches and head coaches. Is that like a lot of people ask me, what's the difference moving from assistant coach to head coach?
I was literally about to ask you that.
Is that like, I tell people all the time, like, now no one wants to ride with me. Like if we go somewhere, like no one wants to ride in my car. Like, it's like no one wants to ride.
All you lost your friends.
Car, bro.
Yeah, like no one, like when you're an assistant coach,
I'm the same guy.
They hopping in, they jumping in with you, everybody's
car,
in you. So it's like that changes the dynamic changes. So like you need good assistant coaches to be the good cop, because as a head coach you gotta be the bad cop. Because if you're not the bad cop, they're gonna try to run over you. And these
not
kids
try.
are crafty.
They will.
Yeah. So
they will, and you'll lose.
Yeah, you gotta have like a respect, but also a little fear factor too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Since you from New York.
Yeah.
What's wrong with the Knicks?
Oh man. I don't think we got enough time for that. I assume we about to wrap up. But it's like we don't.
What would you say they need? You can't say yourself either.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I mean, they need a little everything. I think they need a good quality coach that's going to be respected. You know, but the thing is, they've had quality coaches that were like, they have Larry Brown, Lenny Wilkins, some of the best coaches ever, and they still were bad. So I don't know. You know, maybe something wrong with the management up there, the administration up
Definitely
there.
something wrong with them.
They changed that. I think they got Steve Stout now and somebody else.
I don't even know what is Stout doing.
I mean, no one's doing nothing. I mean, as soon as he got the job, he went to coronavirus.
Yeah, true.
So you know, who knows what he's going to do? But they also need some better players too. I mean, that there is no coach without horses in a literal sense. You know, the horses pull the coach. Right. So you need some horses there.
Definitely at the higher levels, especially the talent. Like
you got
with us, I'm telling you, we won Division II with our 2 team, and they're really. I can't speak to how we get to the 2 team, but they're not the best kids. Mm-hmm. And we beat every team around here is Division I, Division II. The team I usually coach is Division I, but we're the only ones. So all year we really go uncontested, but we also don't lose. Mm-hmm. But when we coached the 2 team, we also went undefeated, me and Willie.
Oh, nice.
And beat everybody out.
System.
Yeah. Nice. So I think at our age, you can't have like a system. You don't have to have all the horses. You might have to. You need 1 or 2 that can do something. They don't have to be top tier, but.
You look at the NBA, who wins the championship?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. At the highest level, you need stars.
Right.
But we didn't have no stars when we won Division II.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so I think they need a couple things. They need a coach. They need administration. They need some better players. Because I mean, the crazy thing is that everyone gets on the owner, Dolan, about whatever, but he's not going to do anything because whether they win or lose, the garden is still sold out.
Seats, I say that all the time.
So it's like
that's how the Cowboys are.
Does he care to one way? I mean, like so is. He's still going to get his money. He can still count on 20,000 people coming to every game.
Yeah.
They're going to 20,000 might boo you that night, but they're going to come.
Why they can't get a star to come to the Knicks though?
I don't know. I mean, before it seemed like to play in the Garden was coveted. Yeah. And now it's like people are just kind of
these younger. They don't care about what the old heads care.
It's still coveted because they see it as I can still play in the Garden, but I'm not going to be playing on the Knicks.
2 times a year. 2 times a year.
2 times a year.
Right.
That's it. Yeah.
So man,
it's tough, man. I don't know.
Who did you see winning this year? Because I don't even know if we're going to get
I don't know what we're going to do.
Get anything this year.
The playoffs were supposed to start this week, too.
Right.
I mean, I think the Lakers had a pretty good shot.
Thank you, brother. We
did.
They had
a very good shot. They did. I mean, you can't count on LeBron. And, of course, Anthony Davis is a, animal. And then you got some good role players. You can't forget about those guys either. Everyone wants to talk about the Clippers. The Clippers, of course, are good, but I don't think you could bet against LeBron.
I don't either.
Especially when he has a team. When he doesn't have a team, you could bet against him all day. But now he has a team, it's kind of tough to bet against him.
He's only lost 1 finals with a team.
I know LeBron pissed. He's like, I ain't doing nothing but getting older, bro. Not coronavirus want to take the whole.
His body not taking,
it's still aging.
Yeah.
Regardless of you sitting or not, he's still getting older.
Yeah.
It's crazy because when you get older, I remember when I was, I go running tomorrow, I'm going to be sore for like 4 days.
Bruh, I ran 1.5 miles the other day. Knee swole up like a grapefruit. I was like, God damn.
When you're young, you can just bounce right back. I don't know.
Nah. Not anymore, man. All right, I wanted to ask y'all another question. Where we at? What do y'all feel about females coaching all men's team? Cause you got the Spurs. I forgot what that yeah, and I forgot what the woman's name was with the Spurs because they had some controversy over Tim Duncan taking that head coaching position over her.
Over Becky Hammond.
Yeah. How do y'all feel about that?
I mean, I think from just a coaching standpoint, like if you can coach, you can coach.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was gonna say.
I don't think it matters now. Are they going to get the same respect? I don't know. I think that you have to really be like they really have to believe in what you're saying. Like I think that honestly, if a female head coach really knows her stuff, I think that as a player, if you respect the game, you're going to respect her.
Yeah.
Right.
Now I do think that sometimes it's like almost like how we talking about being a black head coach. Like I think you have to almost know your stuff even better than some of the other coaches to really get the full respect. Like when somebody asks you a question, you have to be super sharp. Because they're gonna think like, oh, you're just a black head coach.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I think it's the same thing like for a female head coach. Like if she's super sharp every time they ask a question, I think they'll be okay. And stuff like that. But I know it's gonna be tough. I know there's a few assistant coaches now. Still they're looking for that next step. Who's gonna be the first female head coach of a major team, and I'm not quite sure, how close we are to that, but there's definitely making inroads with a lot of assistant coaches being female.
We've never had a woman try to help us coach. Always just a team mom.
Yeah. That would probably change.
Team moms are important. I don't care what nobody tell you.
Yeah. No, team moms are important. I wish we had a team. We don't have a team mom.
You might want to introduce that.
Yeah, we don't have a team mom.
Team moms are important. Y'all back there got any questions for Coach?
Like, what outside of like, I mean, when it comes to like scouting, I wanted to ask when he was talking about I don't know, he was talking about mental or whatever. Like, outside of like ability, like how do y'all screen your players or scout your guys before it's like, all right, well, let's give him an opportunity to come play with us. Like, what do you look for?
Well, we do a lot of like background research. I mean, at least we try to anyway. It's like, if you're a really good player, then I might call your mom, and say, just to get a feel for her. Call your dad, get a feel for him, because sometimes the parents are too involved sometimes, or thinking that you're the next LeBron James, and now we got an issue down the road and stuff like that. So we try to look at that. Also, when I come to a game and I watch you play in person, I watch how you interact with the coach. I'll see like if he's telling you instruction and you're just kind of just flicking them off, or you like really taking it in, because it's like you want kids that want to be coached,
correct,
and you want kids that want to be coached hard. So do you think that you know too much that you can't be coached anymore? And stuff like that. So I'll look at those things. And, of course, natural ability. I mean, you got to look at a kid. And also with your system. See, a lot of times people tell me all the time, like they'll say, like, hey, man, my son is a 5'10", guard. There's a lot of 5'10s out there, right? 5'10 guards that, that's really, really good. He averaged 25 points a game or something like that. And I'm not saying your son is not good, but that year I might be only recruiting a forward or a center or something like that. So I don't need to recruit your son for what I need for my team. And people don't understand it sometimes. They just think, oh, you just don't want my son. How can you not want my son? He's good and stuff like that. It's like, but, I got 3 of your son already on my team. I don't need a 4th of your son. I need the 7-footer. I need the 6'10" kid. I need the, the 6'6" durable guy, the shooter and stuff like that. And some people don't always understand that part of recruiting. They just think like, my kid can play. He can play Division I. Yeah, he probably can play Division I. He just can't play Division I for me because I don't need.
It's about the demand and roles.
Yeah, I don't need him for the roles. So it's like I mean, it's but so many quarterbacks you can have, right?
Oh, bro.
I mean, right? It's but so many running backs you can have. Like I can't have 5 point guards. Like it's the
what are you gonna do with 5 point?
Yeah, and they already in my system. They already know my system and all that stuff. They know the plays, all that good stuff. So
and sometimes people get offended. I've had parents get offended. Blah blah blah. But it's like. I only got 13 scholarships.
What is what is your interaction with the parents like? For us, because they be at the games, they be on the sideline, they be at all the practices, they watch us all day. But you can get the kids to yourself for some point. So what's the interaction with the parents like?
Well, I think all the time when we have an official visit, of course, usually the parents come.
Yeah.
If the parents are fully involved in that thing. Now some parents don't come because some parents just let the kids make a decision by themselves. Sometimes those are the easier visits, honestly, because you kind of just get to the kid and just so get them done. But like the parents that come, usually have a lot of questions, this, that, and third, But the thing that we tell the parents is that if you're going to allow your son to come here, then you have to entrust that now we're the mommy and daddy. So like whatever you've seen on this visit, you have to entrust and believe what I tell you that we're going to take care of your son. So therefore you have to kind of stick.
I'm the captain now.
Yeah, pretty much. You got to stay away. A little bit because and throughout the year I'll talk to parents. Like there's parents that text me, ask about their grades or just whatever. I tell them I'll answer all that stuff. I never answer questions about playing time though.
Yeah.
Like you ask your son about playing time because I always say the players control playing time.
Facts.
It's like. As a good coach, any good coach wants to win. They don't care. I don't care if I hate you. Like if you can help me win, I'm going to play you. So it's like it has to be something that your son is not doing to help us win.
Yeah,
is the reason why he's not playing. So therefore, you talk to him. Don't talk to me about playing time.
Yeah, not personal.
But anything else, you can say hi. I mean, like I said, I have parents text me all the time. Say hi, coach. How you doing? I've had parents, of course, check in on us on the the whole coronavirus situation. I check in on the parents and stuff like that. But don't ask me about when Timmy comes back, is he going to start? I don't know what Timmy's going to do.
We used to have a painted line, and the coaches couldn't come past that line. And then we used to take our water station and put it on the further side of the field so that the parents couldn't talk to them during water breaks, nothing. I was like, bro, from 6 to 8, you with us.
Yeah.
They not here. You talk about whatever, and like you said, they definitely control playing time.
That's important too.
I don't have a kid on the team.
A lot of times that stuff deters them kids out there on the field or on the court when they focus too much on their parents or whoever's at the game or whatever.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. Because even my son, he plays basketball, and he'll like look over to me if he messed up or he might. Like, don't look at me. Yeah. don't look at me. Because I'm going to think that you've messed up every play. Yeah. So there's no need to look at me because I think that you messed up every play and stuff, Now, sometimes, like, I'll scream and say, like, something like, come on, play harder. Yeah. That's all I'll say to them is play harder. Like, don't look at me for a move. Don't look at me for anything. Stop looking at me, man. Just play. And just play, man.
One thing you don't have to deal with, well, you might one day, I don't know, but we have to deal with dads coaching their kids. Mm.
Yeah, see, now I see that a lot with my son's team. Yeah. That's why, even though, I mean, I probably have the most basketball knowledge out of all the parents because I got to do this on a day-to-day basis.
The coaches be looking at you.
Yeah, like
don't look at me.
The coaches do be looking at me. So sometimes, like, I'll just stay away and not say anything because all you hear is like, come on, Jamal, let's go, Jamal, let's go. Like, what are you talking about? Like, get him doing what? What are you doing? Getting him. But that's what the parents are screaming. Get him.
How old your son?
12.
Okay.
So it's like
prime time.
It's like I don't say anything. I let the dads just scream and holler at their kids. Because all they do is coaching their kid.
We have them on the sideline though. Yeah. Like, so I coached. Yeah, because some of the coaches they it's me and my mans, but then it's we can't coach all the kids by ourselves. It's 22 of them. Yeah, so it's dads. Yeah, usually we call them dads with pads. Like, we'll let them come on the staff, but it's really just the whole pads. You're not really supposed to be doing that. But we also don't let, like, most of the ones that coach, they might have a kid that's a back, so he can't come over to help me coach the backs. Really, me and my man Jason, his son don't play with us no more. He won the national championship with us 2017. Scooter, what up? No, he's nice. Scooter Williams, watch out. He got a cannon. But anyway. Most of the time, those dads, like, if I say, hey, we get 5 yards, bro. I'm not here to make your highlight tape. You get to the second level, you could do what you want. But another dad will be like, no, it's the cutback's there. He's telling him this. Bro, we could have won the national championship like 50-0. But bro got in his head. I could see him, like, telling his son to do this, and this. I hate having dads on the staff. Yeah. Oh, my God, bro. They're about the team, and they wanted to win national championship, and we told them we was going to do it. But they really about their kid. Everybody's about their kid.
That's what I tell my sons. Like, the first thing, because even selfishly, I'll ask my son, like, after the game, if I don't see it, the first thing I ask him is how many points you scored. Yeah. Even though I know, like, I should be asking, like, did you win? Yes. The first thing I say is, how many points did you score? Yep. And then I do say, because the coaching me now kicks over, like, well, did you win? Yeah. Some parents don't even ask, did you win? They just said, how many points did you score?
It don't even matter.
If you scored 2 and 1, they say you suck. If you scored 20 and lost, you did a great job. No, you lost. You lost. Mm-hmm. You got to teach them that it's about winning and losing. So it's like for me, I try to. I mean, I train my son and stuff like that. But during the actual game, I really don't say much to him. I'll talk to him after the game, say, hey, you should have did this. But during the game, don't look at me, just play. I just want you to play. Like my son said, he wants to play for me. I told him that he can't play for me unless he's the best player on the team. Yeah. Because it's like. You already gonna have people gonna think it's gonna favoritism because it's your son. So they think he's gonna get away with something because he's your son. He's gonna get a little extra training because he's your son. But if he's the best player on the team, now you gotta just respect that he's the best player on the team. So we need him to win. So like you can't play for me unless you're gonna be the best player on the team. So if my son is a Division I player but he can't be the best player on my team, he's not gonna play for me.
I respect that.
I got like 2 more questions. What are
Coach got an appointment in a little bit, so we gotta.
Yeah, but I got what? We got 12.
What you got, Coy?
I was just saying, like, 2 things. Like,
10 minutes.
What are your guys doing, like, right now with this Corona thing? They at the crib, they at the campus. Are y'all having Zoom meetings? Or I don't know what.
Y'all practicing still?
I wish we were, but we're not doing anything.
Is it off season right now?
Yeah, it's off season, but it's always on season. You know what I'm saying? So there's always something going on. Like, honestly, this is the most people I've been around in a long time, honestly. So, I don't know what's going on.
I got hand sanitizer right here for
everybody.
I know. I got some hand.
We had the max. We had the max, the state max. So, but, like, right now, they just working out. I mean, we got, like, a online thing that they could go, like, with our strength and conditioning coach, give them some online exercise. Some of the guys have weights at the house. Most don't. But they, push-ups and jumping jack, stuff like,
That prison workout.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
I'm surprised y'all can't, like, open the gym and have, like, 3 in and then.
I mean, I'm not even allowed to, like, be at my office until May 1st or something like that. So, like, I mean, I still go every now and then. Hopefully my athletic director doesn't see this. But, so, something. But, we're not allowed to do anything. And we, we do FaceTime and we do some Zoom stuff or whatever. Okay. So we do stuff like that. And, of course, text messages. Like, I've done more texting with them now than I've ever done. Like it's like I try to text like 3 or 4 of them a day. You know, stuff like that.
When do you see like y'all getting together for the first time?
I don't know, man. Like we had June, just summer basketball camps scheduled for like, you know, the youth and stuff, but our players are there, you know, to help out, and those are canceled. You know, we just said at the earliest we could have a basketball camp, maybe it's August. So August is like,
I told y'all something.
I mean, that's when school starts again. It's August. Yeah. So like this might be the first summer and maybe 3 or 4 summers that the kids are usually there on the summer taking classes, try to get ahead in school, and then also athletically trying to get ahead, trying to put a foundation down so we can build on the season. This might be the first time in like 4 seasons that like we're gonna start like really when school starts up, and you know, we'll see how that works out. But
yeah, Part 1 is supposed to start August 1st, but I don't know if we're having a season either.
It's crazy. And then one last thing is like, when you go scout the high school kids or whatever, do they know you coming, or you just be low key and you just?
It depends if like if I already talked to you already, I'll say, you know, hey, I'm coming to your game. Okay. But if it's like AAU, you know, like there's not gonna be no AAU events this summer, so like, you know, AAU you see hundreds of kids at once, you know, so you just bounce around from court to court. You know, sometimes I go to teams I'm already familiar with, like if you're the you say you're the Virginia, what team you coach for?
Virginia Beach Mustangs.
So if I know him for the Virginia Beach Mustangs, I'm gonna go see his team, because I know that if I like a play on his team, he probably could steer him in my direction. Yeah. You know, so I'll go see the teams I have relationships with, and then I'll go just see teams that's in the area. So like I'll see all the Virginia teams, and then of course for me I'll see the New York teams too, because a lot of times I know, you know, the people that's in charge of those New York teams, and then anything in between after that. So there's not going to be any of that this summer. It's going to be a real boring summer for me right now. I don't know what we're going to do this summer, honestly. Like, it's really boring right for me. This is the most I've ever stayed in the house in 15 years. Like, you know, like this is like, it's just kind of insane. So this is like, I know, you know, we right at our quota with the people here, but I'm actually kind of happy to get out the house a little bit.
Well, we appreciate you coming, man. You said y'all got a house appointment? Y'all copping a crib?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Congrats.
We just bought a crib. Everybody's buying, man.
Congrats.
Big things going on out here, man.
They're trying to do something.
And bro got
y'all
the
buying
bag too.
A crib
yeah, they about to get the big house. So snap. What you looking at? 4,000 square feet? What you looking at? You don't gotta tell us, bro. I'm just in the houses too. You don't gotta tell us, bro. You don't gotta tell us.
Y'all looking for a house to sit in and just be in the house.
Yeah, to do nothing. You know, it's like it could be built by December. Hopefully, life is.
Oh, new build too?
Y'all ain't gonna spend no time in the new house, because by that time we gonna be free. I'm like, nah, I ain't sitting in the house no more.
Yeah, you right.
We going somewhere. The house ain't going nowhere.
She right about that.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully everybody's free. I guess the last thing I can say, hopefully everybody out there listening to this or watching this, you know, stay safe during these times.
Definitely stay safe.
You know, see, we're trying to practice some social distancing.
Trying.
You know,
I'm like,
you know, I'm leaning over, you know, have my arms folded for a while, you know. But, you know, just trying to everyone just be safe. We'll get through this, you know, together. Hopefully sooner than later, and you know, everyone just be safe.
Go check out NSU basketball. They sound like they primed for a strong next year.
NSU basketball players during this quarantine, y'all be careful with these girls, man. I know they trying to come over or whatever.
Yeah, hopefully they're not coming over. Hopefully they're not coming over. You can't say that.
Bro, come on, man. You know what's happening.
Hopefully they're not coming over.
You know what's happening.
Hopefully, if you NSU basketball players see this, you're just doing push-ups and sit-ups and just getting ready for the next season. Stay away from them gals.
Watch that film.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, so I guess we're gonna wrap this one up early. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Thanks for coming, bro. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you. And best of luck with everything.
Yeah, thank you, man. Anytime y'all want to come to a game or something, just don't call me.
I was about to say, courtside. You don't know what? He's like, don't come.
Come to the game, man. G know how to get. G comes to the game. He know how to get in contact with me. Yeah, he never brought none of y'all though, man. You did brought you did, yeah. He brought you. But I mean,
I'm coming.
G, like when we started doing this.
Oh, okay, all right. So I said he's excused. I thought I was saying, damn, you ain't bring the whole crew.
Nah. we just started cooking and then all this Corona stuff. So.
Oh, okay.
But thanks for coming through.
And this is dope what y'all got too, man.
Thanks,
going on,
man.
man.
We appreciate it very, very much.
You know, first time meeting y'all seem like some cool dudes, man. Cool ladies too. so you know, just hopefully, you know, it keeps going and keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Trying to. Oh, dang! We at the back of the episode. We just hit 300 subscribers. We sent our money to. We got a contest going on. Latasha_Brooks was our first winner. So when we get to the next 100, I'll give away another 100. Yeah. It's hard to get people to subscribe to YouTube, bro. Make sure you subscribe to Relation-ish, Kadeem and Baitlin. Those are some super hard videos. We only got one, but we gonna run it
quality.
Up. But super.
And after we win a championship next year, I'll come back.
Oh, definitely, bro.
There we go.
I'm gonna wear the ring next time. I'm gonna wear the rings next time. Rings,
right.
Big ring talk.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Cause we was, oh man, I know you got to go, but we was really excited about the season because nobody at the Virginia Beach Mustang has won junior Pee Wee, and then the next year won Pee Wee. Pee Wee is tough because here we got middle school football, so a lot of your kids leave you to go play school ball, even though their middle school sucks. And Pop Warner, you can't play middle school football and Pop Warner. Okay, so we lose a lot of kids. We beat the dog. Oh man, we beat North Philly. We wanted to see them again. Hopefully, we get a season. But shout out to everybody on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram. Best Pilot 757, Coach. Yep. Thank you for coming through. He has some good stories. Y'all gonna get a big house. I like that, man. Black excellence.
Yes, right.
And y'all go make sure behold the green and gold. Check out Norfolk State.
That's right.
Saying thank you. We out.
All right.
Peace.
Free diesel. Hopscotching all over these niggas. Kick rocks, baby. Let me count my figures. You know I'ma deliver. Every single time I'm a long-term winner. You couldn't survive in a stone cold blizzard. Daddy need his North Face or a new liver. I'ma need a new place.